don't really know because authorities has been very, very secretive. They don't want to tell us who are the holders of that debt. I don't know why.
Who exactly is it from whom I, as a taxpayer, take the risk? We should have the list of names of the creditors of Bankia, for example.
I think that's not going to be, a vital piece of information to say.
At least the Spanish taxpayers should have the right. Who are those creditors who are bailed out?
We know who are those
Well,
creditors.
but the public doesn't know.
Yes, they know more or less because they know the exposure. They do not know the concrete names, but there is public information about the breakdown by country of this kind of senior debt holders. The problem of Spain is that the great majority of this debt has been granted by foreign investors.
Hello, you reached the voicemail of Dennis Peters. I'm not able to come.
Ich hasse Anrufbeantworter.
Hallo?
Hallo, Frau Mirjan. Schumann nochmal. Where does all this money go?
Okay. It's again difficult for us to comment on the record about the instance of Bankia.
No, of course not. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good afternoon.
Also das ist doch, Entschuldigung, aber excuse me, but that is a classic delay tactic. I cannot interpret it any other way. Guck mal. Look, here is some information about the Spanish bank bonds. Here is one of many outstanding bonds from Bankia, where you can see some of those involved. That's the information we are looking for. But I can't say where I got it from. There are sometimes friendly people that help me. That's the only way I can get into this information system. The man we are about to meet is the one who filed a lawsuit for the closure of Bankia and its rescue?
Exactly. He wanted the bank to go broke and not have funds come from the state to save it. He did it for these 15M people who began to occupy the square in May of last year.
I have a list here. These are all outstanding debt securities from Bankia. All the companies published here are ones that could actually bear the losses. Deutsche Bank AG, DWS Investment, Allianz Global Investors, Union Investment, Deutsche Bank again, DWS Investment, Union Investment, Deutsche Bank, otra vez.
Deberían.
They should.
Deberían.
Yeah. But if you speak with representatives of the government parties or with speakers of the banks, they say, but that would destroy the trust and the whole system would collapse. Which side is right?
We do, not them. If you were to drop Bankia, it would probably lead to the collapse of other banks. But not the big banks like BBVA, Santander, La Caixa, Sabadell or Popular.
When I was at university, I was told this is what market economy is about. If you do invest, you have the right to all the profit, but you also have responsibility for this investment, and if it goes wrong, you have to take the losses.
That's the principle of market economy.
And in this case, there have been made a lot of bad investments, especially from foreigners, and nobody talks about their co-responsibility for what happened.
I fully agree.
And they don't have to take a cent of loss.
But there is another principle of a market economy that I think that is extremely important, and that is also studied in the first course of economics in any university, is that a money market economy with fiat money is unstable. And we have an example that we let the banks go down. You know one?
Oh, yes, I do remember quite well. It was Lehman Brothers.
No, it was the Great Depression. It was the worst depression that we had over the last century.
It's all scaremongering. I don't want that. I want numbers. I want to know what would really happen if they were to go bankrupt.
What would we do with this data? What would be the outcome?
With what we know now, we'd say, this bank is beyond saving. We can't continue to pour billions of euros into it. The creditors must take losses.
Wenn die eine Bank nicht mehr zahlungsfähig ist, dann löst
If the one bank is no longer solvent, that will immediately prompt doubts whether the next bank is still solvent, because it may have credit at the other bank, and so one bank infects the other one.
deswegen ist
And that's why this financial system must be safeguarded from the collapse of an institution that could entail the collapse of the whole sector.
der gesamte Bereich zusammenbricht.